to you all YouTubers, the Big Daddy D is here, it's Christmas and it's time for another Poundland special, where once again I get a load of cheap laughs by parading even cheaper toys in front of the camera. Oh, and if you wonder why I've got this ridiculous Hulk Hogan style moustache, I've actually been growing it for Movember. Bit of charity work there for you. Anyway, let's roll the footage and see what kind of cheap tat we managed to find this time.
So, Christmas then. A consumeristic frenzy where deluded fools feel strongly compelled to buy toys, games and gadgets in order to win the affections of their family, ruining their finances in the process, all for a 5 to 10 minute thrill of present unwrapping on Christmas morning. Why do we bother with it? Someone is bound to be disappointed on Christmas morning just because they didn't get a laptop or a battery-powered Ferrari in their stocking. So why spend ridiculous amounts of money in the process? If you're going to disappoint the family, you may as well do it on the cheap. And that's where Poundland comes in.
What kickstarted this particular video was a recent visit into our local town to see the Christmas lights being turned on. And whilst we were there, my two youngest children asked to go and see a bloke dressed up as Santa Claus, under the delusion that he was the real thing. Ah, kids, eh? Anyway, during the Santa visit, the man in red handed over a couple of toys to my kids, and I sort of expected them to be the type of things you get in pound shops. And guess what? That's exactly what we got. Now, my youngest boy got himself a toy car transporter. In fact, it was quite a large toy car transporter, one that was big enough to transport a bus in. Unfortunately, I haven't got a photo of the actual toy itself, as it's disappeared into the void that is the kid's bedroom. To be honest, the toy itself wasn't too bad. However, the packaging was another matter altogether, with lots of terribly translated English. Just take a look at what I believe is meant to be a warning message. Do must let children play under the adults. Do not put small parts into the mouth. Avoid eating. Do not touch the fire. It hasn't a function on ultraviolet radiation. Be included in small toys to not suitable under 3 years to play. Yes, I agree. I think. Truly some valuable life lessons for us all there. And the trucks featured on the packaging have no resemblance to the actual toy in the box itself. That's another thing about the packaging on pound shop toys. Broken English and broken promises. Okay, now I would expect something like a toy truck or a toy car or even a toy dinosaur from a Santa Claus you'd see in a department store, a garden centre, or even a small caravan like the one we went into. You know, nice presents. But then I took a look at what my older child was given. A toy AK-47. No, I'm not joking. How wrong is it that Santa is essentially handing out machine guns to our kids? It's not even a bright green or a bright blue gun with an orange bit at the end, you know, to make it clear that it's a toy. This gun is black with camouflage paint on it, and it looks quite realistic.
To be honest, I originally found this quite disturbing, the fact that Santa Claus was handing out machine guns, but then I saw something in our local paper which spoke of the Scottsdale Gun Club in Scottsdale, Arizona, which was giving families the chance to have a photo taken with Santa whilst posing with weapons. Just for those families who wish to look for a safe and fun way to express their holiday spirit and passion for firearms.
So anyway, having had the encounter with the gun-toting St. Nicholas, we're now going to take a look at some familiar faces from the previous Pound Shop videos. Remember the dodgy Toy Story 3, or rather, Toy World 3, toys from Poundland Special 1 and 2? Well, here's even more dodgy Woody and Jessie knockoffs. Hooray! This time round we've got multi-packs of various characters. This first pack features a severely sunburnt Woody and Jessie. Quite exactly why Jessie is given us a crotch chop is something that only the bootleggers can answer. We also get a gun in there, for some reason, and we get a massive little green man. Now if you remember, these guys were only meant to be wee little fellas in the movie, but here they tower over the rest of the characters. The most disturbing part of this toy, though, is the dead-eyed expression and the wide-open mouth. It looks more like an alien sex doll. He must be a busy fella. He's got 3 working officers. I'm sorry. Again, some terrible translated English on the packaging. Collect the All, completely new to come into the market. The All? What is the All? Oh, and there's also this little box of text that tells us all about the popular Toy Story character, Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond, Buzz Lightyear creates a lot of excitement when he takes over Woody's spot on Andy's bed. There's just one problem. He doesn't know he's a toy. Well, thanks for that, lads. But if I can point out a couple of problems with that particular body of text, nothing with the English, you've actually got the English right properly, for once. If I could just point out, number one, what you've described there is the storyline of Toy Story 1, not Toy Story 3. Number two, Buzz Lightyear is not featured in this pack of toys, so why the fuck are you telling us about a toy we haven't got? Anyway, here's another multi-pack of Toy Story toys, this time with an anorexic Slinky Dog and Rex the Dinosaur, and Woody and Jessie with hats that look far too big for them to wear. That was a good thing. We get a thankfully less scary little green man this time, but still more broken English. With more different styles, please collect them all. No, I don't think so. What else? Oh yes, remember Silverbat? You know, Batman on a horse? Well, how about Batman on a skateboard? Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Superbats. Forget silly bat ears on your hood, how about some antennae instead? And just look at the expression on Superbat's face as he's punching through a wall. It's hard to tell whether that's a look of surprise that he's actually smashed the wall into little pieces, or a look of pain when he realises he's broken all his fingers. And again, like all good, or bad, depending on your point of view, bootleg toys, we get some terrible English splashed on the packaging. This Justice Man on skateboard has a amazing non-fall action. That's good, I always like my toys to have a non-fall action. Go forward and turn right automatically as soon as he comes to an edge. And well, wouldn't you know, this thing does do exactly that. As soon as you switch him on, Superbat shoots straight off until he hits something, or comes to, shall we say, an edge of something, like a table leg, before he spins away and shoots straight ahead until he hits another obstacle. I'm not too sure how exactly this helps him fight crime, to be honest. Also, I have to admire that instead of stealing the Batman logo, they went and stole the logo from Bacardi instead. Good job there, bootleggers. Oh, I've got to show you this as well. If you thought Batman on a skateboard was ridiculous enough, how about this? It's Spider-Man on a motorbike, made by the unimaginably titled Lego rip-off known as Brick. And apparently, he has a handsome appearance. Well, that's good to know. Anyway, this video is also going to be a viewer's choice special, where I take a look at some of the toys that fellow YouTubers have mentioned in their comments on some of my other videos. First up, Very Hot Dog Boy told me about Jungle Panda, basically a bootleg of Kung Fu Panda, but in this pack you get not one, but two pandas. One of which at first glance appears to be wearing the same yellow jumpsuit as worn by Bruce Lee in Game of Death and Una Thurman in Kill Bill. He even has matching yellow gloves as well. However, from a closer glance, you can see that he has the same fur texture as the other figure in the pack does. So this panda isn't wearing a jumpsuit at all. He's gone and taken a dip in a vat of custard up to his chin. Well, if you love these, then maybe you'd like to play with them whilst watching the knockoff movie of Kung Fu Panda entitled Chop Kick Panda. No, I'm not joking. Next up, Pedro Benole Bonotti, I apologise if I've pronounced that wrong, told me about some more Power Ranger knockoffs in Pound World called Mega Heroes. These are another pack of horribly cheap and brittle Power Ranger figures, like the ones I came across a few months ago in 99p stores. Only these ones also come with some additional, much smaller figures and a mask. A mask that's actually far too small to be worn by anyone. Unless you're planning on putting it on your cat, of course. The Big Daddy D Reviews does not condone the forcing of cats to wear crappy plastic masks from the pound shop. Thank you. A common thing that you'll often see in pound shops are these mobile phones. Well, they're not real mobile phones, obviously, but they're toy ones that are made to look like iPhones, but aren't, obviously. Now, normally I won't bother mentioning these, but this one in particular caught my attention. It's from our old friends at Fantastic. And if you take a look, you'll see that one of the little apps on there appears to be a green mushroom, just like the ones that you see in Super Mario Brothers. And if you have a look, it actually has the word NES underneath. Do you know what that is? That's actually a NES emulator, which means that the iPhone that Fantastic used to get the picture of, if you like, the picture of the iPhone, was in fact a jailbroken iPhone. Ooh, naughty fantastic. Naughty thieves. Now then, back in Poundland Special 2, I finished off the video with a look at some dodgy looking wrestling figures, both from Wrestle Fury and Wrestle King, that have clearly been made to look like WWE products. Well, this one particular pack of wrestling figures was so dodgy looking it was actually hiding away in a darkened corner of the pound shop, so even the pound shop owners didn't want you to see this. It certainly appears to be the WWE Classic Superstars packaging, but when you take a closer look, it's not World Wrestling Entertainment or even World Wrestling Federation, which is what the company used to be called. It's called World Wrestling Simulate Tournament. Oh, well, thanks for clearing that up. And it wants us to killate them all, whatever that means. So what are the two wrestlers you get? Well, you get Batista and Triple H. But not just a normal Batista and Triple H. Oh no, you get Batista that looks absolutely fucking terrified. Just look at the look of terror on that guy's face. He just seems so desperate to escape from his plastic prison. And it's not a surprise really when you consider who he's sharing the lump of plastic bubble with. I present to you, Melty Face Triple H. My god, that has to be the worst paint job I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I understand that they're making these things in China, but the people that they've got to paint these, do they happen to be blind, drunk, or mentally insane by any chance? Or perhaps a combination of all three? Needless to say, I thought the paint jobs on the Wrestle Fury figures were bad enough, but that just takes it to a whole new level. Just look at those eyes! That's the stuff of nightmares right there, folks. Whatever you do, don't give this to your children. They'll end up growing up into basket cases.
And that concludes another Poundland special here on the Big Daddy D Reviews. If you do come across any cheap tat in your local pound store, 99p stores, dollar stores, Value Village or whatever, please let me know about it, and I'll save that for a future video. But until next time, this is the Big Daddy D, signing off. A very Merry Christmas to you, and a Happy New Year. Goodbye. Bye.